at us. Showing out and showing up. Serious. We real serious about our elevation. I hope you guys are having a fun week, because I know ever since I started concentrating on this chakra, my week has been magically crazy, okay? And this is where that awareness comes into play. So I hope you have been paying attention to what you've been paying attention to. I hope you've been looking deeper into the things that you are paying attention to understand what you are observing. I hope you're being a real good observer right now, because if you are, this thing got to start to be looking kind of crazy. I'm like, I can't snap a picture fast enough of the things that I'm seeing. I can't make this stuff up. I wish I could just be recording all day, so I could just be like, look at this, look at this, look at this. This is how I got here. Look at this, look at this, look at this. This is why I'm so happy right now, because I'm seeing it everywhere. It's just getting funny, you know. So tap in, man. Pay attention, man. Wake up, man. Wake up. I want you to come see, so you can get this feeling that I got, because I got this crazy feeling about this week. Has been just, it's been a lot. Okay, yeah, so we're talking about the third eye, and we're talking about this vision, and we're talking about this awareness and being able to see, not just see outside yourself, see inside yourself. So we say, how do you feel? We're checking in with ourselves still. How do we feel? Are we seeing these patterns? You know, are we seeing these symbols? Did we increase our knowledge, right? To be able to understand when you see all of those ones, what they mean. New beginnings, right? Doorways, right? When we see those twos, this is about a connection, right? Partnership, duality. Threes are about a connection. Trinities, divine, divinity. 4, foundation. 5, freedom, chaos, whichever one you want to create. 6, harmony, number of harmony, double trinity. 7, elevation, looks a lot like a 1 going up again. 7 is about heaven, creativity. 8, infinity. 8 is also abundance, right? 9, spirituality, completion. And then we go back to that 0, that 1, all over again. Anyway, get into your numbers, get into your numerology, increase your information, so when you see these things, you understand what you're looking at, what your reality is trying to tell you. Pay attention to what you're listening to, what you're hearing. This is how you see, and the more you acknowledge that you're seeing, the more this just opens. The more you are seeing, this conversation does not end, I promise you. Now, when it opens up and you got a lot going on, it can get scary. And this is what we're going to talk about today. Your intuition versus your imagination. And when we think about imagination, we're thinking about kids, and this is fun, right? But as an adult, if you've been thinking about a lot of scary things, you've been doing a lot of scary things with your imagination. You've been worrying with your imagination. You've been creating the most scariest scenario for you, yourself, others. This is where your mind's at with your imagination. And sometimes we can confuse it with our intuition. So now you think it's something scary about somebody else, and you're feeling like, oh, this is my intuition, when really this is your anxiety. That's that goddamn anxiety getting all up in you. Now I'm going to read something real quick, because I do believe that Google said it really well, so I'm just going to read this, okay? This is Google. This is the AI overview when I tapped in intuition versus imagination, okay? So it says intuition is a subconscious feeling or understanding, often experienced physically as a gut feeling that arises without conscious reasoning. Imagination is the conscious act of forming mental images, ideas, and scenarios, which can be based on desires, fears, or creativity. A key difference in that intuition is about knowing without knowing why, while imagination is about constructing what isn't there. So, intuition, the source comes from your subconscious mind, experience, universal knowing, or spirit. The nature of it is a feeling of knowing, an immediate insight, or a sense of rightness. The experience is often felt physically. For example, in the chest area, it is sometimes described as an impulse that feels too wild to have been made up. The function is to provide guidance or information that bypasses rational thought. Now, your imagination is a conscious mind of creativity, of hopes, fears, and desires. The nature is the ability to create mental images and scenarios. Experience is normally seen behind the eyes or heard between the ears in words and images. It can be used to create both positive and negative scenarios. The function? To explore possibilities, to create new ideas, or to play out scenarios before or after they have happened. The relationship between the two? The imagination can be fueled by intuition. Intuition can be the subconscious input, and the imagination is the conscious output, or a way of processing and forming that input into something tangible, like a vision or a story. They are often confused. It is common to mistake and imagine the worst case scenario for an intuitive warning, leading to anxiety. Distinguishing them. Intention requires a moment of stopping. I think that's really supposed to say intuition, but it says intention. Intuition requires a moment of stopping to listen to the feeling and differentiate it from the constant stream of conscious thoughts or worry. Imagination is often more in the moment and can be a tool of conscious creation, while intuition is a subtler, more immediate knowing. So, please stop and think, is this your intuition or is this your imagination? Please stop to think about how you use your imagination. So I can tell you how I use mine. I use it in a real magical way, and it really does show up in my world. I'm not lying. Don't let me find a penny. If I found a penny, it's my birthday and I found a penny, and you know it's lucky. So I'm down for just about anything because I know it's going to be good. And it always turns out good because that's what I decided to do with my imagination, right? Now, when some of these scary thoughts pop up, sometimes they're real things that I should, think about and make sure that I address. The moment I feel that anxiety about what that is, the first thing I do is think of the solution. This is key. Think of the solution. Now I'm in my imagination, okay? And now I'm thinking of all of the different ways that I can actually fix whatever's coming, right? Ahead of time, already planning it out. So instead of being anxious and worried and afraid about what is to come, I know that I've already imagined a much better scenario for myself of what I have to do. Another good example of this, and I don't want to say too much, but let me give another. I was gonna mention something now. I'm like, you know what? I don't want this video to get in trouble, so I don't want to be mentioning that 2019 scenario. But I did have a patient, or this actually wasn't my patient. I actually just was walking past the room, and it was like some misunderstanding happening with a patient and the technician that was in the room. The technician is asking her to go, sit back down, come back to the room, and the patient is saying, hey, listen, I'm not about to sit down. She like, I'm coughing up blood. I went to go, rinse my mouth, and I'm actually coughing up some blood, and I know something isn't right. So I'm like, okay, well, listen, if something isn't right, the first thing I want you to do is actually go sit back down. Like, I don't want you out here in the hallway. She's right. You mad at her, but because she's saying, oh, she treat me like a little kid. Like, nah, well, I'm not going to treat you like a little kid, but at the same time, if something happened to you, I don't want it to happen out here in the hallway. I would rather you be in your bed if we got to, get busy. Like, so of course she walks back to the room. Now, in the room, she's freaking out. Okay, she's calling everybody. And the funny thing is that she actually is calling her sister Yvonne, and that's my middle name. So it is of no coincidence that I'm in this room. She's calling out for Yvonne, right? So anyway, I'm there, and I tell her, I say, listen, you gotta calm down. You gotta calm down. She like, nah, I remember that this happened to me before. She said I had this stent that moved and it went into my lung, and I started coughing up blood. And this is how I know that this is probably what's happening right now, and nobody's taking it serious. I want the doctor in here, this, that, and the third. And I tell her, I say, listen, I'm going to take your vital signs. I'm going to contact your doctor, but I need you to calm down. And she like, I can't because this is serious. And da-da-da-da. I said, but listen, you are in control right now. And you're imagining the worst scenario, right? And you've had this already happen before, so you already know the worst scenario, right? Yeah. You going for surgery. This is immediate surgery, this, that, and the third, right? Well, you've already experienced that. So why are we getting worked up? That's the worst thing that's going to happen right now, is that you're going to have to go to surgery. The best thing can happen is, maybe it's something actually wrong somewhere else. Doesn't have to necessarily be that. Could be something else. Okay, you're breathing, you're talking to me, So the best thing is to kind of relax. And as soon as I got her to look at the scariest scenario that could absolutely happen and say, hey, listen, you already beat that, sis. Look at God. You already beat that. You already did that, sis. Why are you getting worked up? Don't get worked up. Relax. You in the right place. You ain't at home with nobody around you. You in the hospital. There are doctors right down the hall. Right now, they're switching shifts, so I'm sending a message. It may take a minute, but I'm in here with you. You are fine. You need to calm down. And this is what you need to do anytime you get worked up. You need to calm down. You need to go ahead and relax just a little bit. Just stop for a second. This is a dream. Just stop for a second and think about it. What's the solution? What are you, first off, what are you getting worked up about? Is this your imagination? Are you assuming things? Remember, we've agreed that we will not assume things. We don't assume things. That just causes confusion and chaos and worry and anxiety and all this other stuff. We're not doing that. We're not doing that for ourselves, and we're definitely not doing it for other people. So I know it's different when you become a parent, because you're responsible for someone else. And it's hard not to have this feeling of, never wanting something to happen to them and be, worried about them. But when you know what I know, you don't worry anymore. You say, what I got to be worried for? All I need to do is prepare. If I prepare them, what I got to worry about them for? Prepare them. We forget sometimes, But if you prepare them, what do you need to worry for? Things are going to happen, but if you prepare them, they can handle whatever happens. And see, at this point, when you start working through your chakras, you start to realize you got to be your own mommy and your own daddy. That's why you can't be mad at them no more. Because see, in your imagination, you think that they something different. But, your intuition tells you that they're just like you. Making mistakes, making choices, doing this thing called life, and sometimes some are good, some are bad, but at the end of the day, in your heart, you always want to try, right? Because that's just who you are, right? don't always work out that way. I tell people, man, you got to give people grace. Give them some grace, man. Damn, life is tough. People make decisions on the fly, and people got to live with them, you know what I mean? And it's hard sometimes. Some people have a hard time living with them. But at any point in time, whatever bit of hell, whatever bed you made, you can change it. You can make your bed again. It can be better. And I think at some point, a lot of us forgot that it can be better. So all we focus on in our imagination is the worst cases, and we stay there. Well, it's time to move. It's time to move. It's time to move. All right? If you're watching this, you already in motion, and you already know this. So I think I've talked enough. Let's go ahead, pull a card real quick, and close this out. Imagination versus intuition. Use your imagination to empower yourself, all right? To create a new vision for yourself, for solutions, okay? What would Batman do? What would Jesus do? Who are your teachers? Who inspires you? It's like that TV show on Netflix, that Sense8, just got that Sense8 vibe, you know what I'm saying? Like, you connected to all of this. Tap into one of your friends, you know what I'm saying? And use their great ability and gift and mind to help you out. Help you out. Anyway, one card to help with the topic today. One card that will help guide a positive imagination and a deeper connection to one's own inner wisdom, so they know which one is which. Against the moment you start following your intuition, it starts getting stronger. You start getting that feeling. It starts feeling like, you know, yeah, like I know that's that feeling, and I know it, you know what I mean? And the more you tap into it, the more you acknowledge it, the more it keeps coming, you know what I mean? You be like, God damn, what in the world? Intuition on 10. Okay, that is how that goes. All right, one card. Give me one. One for all of us. Help us out. What will it be? Boom. Sacro Chakra. Sacro Chakra. Get all of that orange. That's going to be a fun week too, okay? That's going to be a fun week too. It's gonna get deep. Y'all better be ready. Y'all better be ready. It's gonna get deep. That week is gonna get deep. Okay? And it's funny because I turned right to the sacral chakra page as soon as I opened it up. But that's not the page we're looking at right now. That's just like all of the nitty gritty about it, okay? Okay? But the sacral chakra is your chakra of creativity. What number is this? This is number 8. Again, 8 is all about abundance. 8 is the infinity symbol. We're talking about that imagination. How to, what did we say? How to make sure that our imagination stays positive and and tap into our intuition. This is the advice. To get into your sacral chakra. Get some orange, eat some carrots, you know what I'm saying? Drink some carrot juice or something. Eat you a little bit of that orange color right there with your eyes. All right, and take a listen. So it says emotions, relationships, control, sensuality, pleasure, desires, sexuality, creativity, and healing. It says located in the lower abdomen between the navel and the genitals is the energy center of the sacral chakra. Connected to our sciatic nerve and often referred to as the seat of life. Our sacral chakra is our focal point of change, emotional connection, pleasure, and balance. Within the element of water and the gifts of the yin and the yang, we find balance between our masculine and feminine energy. We come home to our natural expression of sexuality and sensuality. This card is an invitation to pursue genuine connection in relationships, to allow yourself to be open and sharing with the deeper aspects of your being, to develop trust and acceptance, to honor the beauty and sacred within your intimate relationships. If we block the energy of our sacral chakra, we block the flow of pleasure, abundance, and creativity in our life. We become closed, brittle, and stagnant. We develop unhealthy cravings and desires. But within the balance of the Sahasrahana, we are able to move harmoniously with the ebbs and flows of life. Our being becomes fluid and we smoothly progress on the journey of life, enjoying blissful moments and taking challenges in our stride. We let go of the need to control life and just go with the flow. That's using your imagination, okay? Use your imagination like that. Imagine the best case scenario, guys. Stop focusing on the worst thing. They give us the scariest things to think about. We are forever thinking about the worst things because we be thinking that the world is this and that. And it's like, yo, they put that on TV. That's not really what the world is. It is what we make it. It's what we think about it. And I think of it like this. Know that you deserve pleasure and abundance in your life. Begin with a basic connection to your senses and allow yourself to explore simple pleasure, creative expression, and intimate connection as a doorway into a more rich experience in your life. Affirmation: I honor my body. I gratefully accept pleasure and abundance. I honor and express my sexuality. I welcome happy and fulfilling relationships into my life. I deserve and experience good things in my life. And you know we're going to say it 2 more times because we don't play. We don't play. We be confirming these things. Confirmation. I honor my body. I gratefully accept pleasure and abundance. I honor and express my sexuality. I welcome happy and fulfilling relationships into my life. I deserve and experience good things in my life. I honor my body. I gratefully accept pleasure and abundance. I honor and express my sexuality. I welcome happy and fulfilling relationships into my life. I deserve and experience good things in life. Your sacral chakra, your center of creativity. And this is why they attack the kids at a very young age. This is why the whole world is over-sexualized, because you either making babies or you making good ideas, okay? If you spend all your time unbalanced because it's just too sexual, you ain't got no time to create anything else magical. You gonna create a life, baby. You gonna create a life, all right? You gonna create something magical, all right? Okay? Okay? Change your focus. Change your mind. Get into your feelings. And get that abundance. It's for you. Look at that 8. It's for you. It's for you. Okay. CC out.